Friday. My name is Donna Fiesel, and I'm your host of The Edge, one of your hosts with The
Mm-hmm.
Edge, with Donna and Cathy. I'm Donna.
And I'm Cathy.
Thank you again so much for watching. We're on the air on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 1 o'clock p.m. Now,
Mm-hmm.
that's Central Time to all of our friends who live up north and
That's
out at the
right.
west, out that way, too. But thank you so much for watching. I know you could be doing anything else, but you're watching us.
And this is a fun show
Mhm.
for women, for men. It's about fun things and actually
How-tos.
how to save some money right
Oh,
now.
and
Yeah,
that's so important right now. It really is.
how to save some
Do
money.
you ever clip coupons?
Yes, I used to. I
Mm-hmm.
used to a lot. Actually, now I am one of those Target shoppers and Walmart shoppers.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of things I don't buy there, I actually would get them at Dollar General.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes you can get some better buys actually at Dollar General, like with
Let me tell you how you can
detergent.
save some money. I'm going to tell you how you can do it. Got to get the Capital One credit card through Walmart.
Really?
So if you'll do that, I shop online now. If it's something I can't buy locally from a local store.
Right.
So I'll go ahead and go to walmart.com. And I've got my card ready, by the way. So you got to get approved for that card. And what will happen is whatever you order on walmart.com,
Mm-hmm.
you save 5%.
Okay, now that's the way Target works.
That's a way to do it.
But now Target actually, I think, is changing.
Mhm.
I think theirs was actually a Target card.
Uh-huh.
Now it's going to be a credit card
Mhm.
starting in September.
That's the way
I
this
think.
one is.
Is that the way
This
Walmart's? Is that what Walmart's
it's a credit
done?
card. You've got to
Yeah.
actually go through Capital One to get this credit card.
Wow.
Now,
Yeah.
if you go inside the store, you save 2%. So if you order it online, 5%.
Oh, that's
Which
really
I don't like
good.
going inside the store. I'm not a shopper. I'm just telling you, I'm one of the few women on earth who does not like to shop.
Well, I used to love, I still love, I wear my mask though. I know a lot of people don't, but I still do because I want to be able to do all these fun things like our show together. And I also want to see my grandbaby and keep my grandbaby
Oh, I totally
some.
get it. Yeah.
So I try to be safe for that reason, to be honest, because I just don't want to be sick, because then I'm going to miss out on so much.
And we don't want you sick either. I hear
No.
that you're a horrible patient.
Oh yeah, nurses are horrible.
Yeah, we don't want
Because
you sick.
I don't I won't tell you I'm sick until I'm like dying, ready to go to the ER.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of that way too. See,
Yeah.
I did have COVID. I had it a few months ago. And so, yeah,
It was bad.
I've heard that I wasn't a good patient. Phil said that I was not. He said, "You're not a good patient." You know that?
Did you not mind the doctors? Did you not do what they told you?
No, I did what they said.
Oh, well,
I
then-
did. I had a really
Well,
good,
that's a good
doctor.
patient,
A
then.
good doctor right here in Geraldine, Alabama.
Well, then that's
And
a
she
good
was
patient.
awesome. And so I told her I didn't want to go to the hospital. And I think she already figured out how I was. And she said, "Well, you're going to have to do what I tell you to do. Everything I tell you to do." You know. And I said, I give up. Here's the white flag. I'm ready. I'm whatever I need to do. And she said, "Okay, you're going to have to come. You're going to have to do breathing treatments," which I did. And so we buy this little thing, this little gizmo that's a breathing machine kind of
Nebulizer.
thing. Is that what that is?
Mm-hmm. That's what it's called, yeah.
$30. It's worth it because I could actually breathe. And so then I had to go to her office, and she had to do these kind of shot-like things.
They did the antibodies, monoclonal antibodies, probably. That's what
Yeah,
they did.
well, I'm gonna tell you what, she saved my life. I really do, because I have asthma, and it's not fun. You don't want to get COVID if you got asthma.
No, I don't want to get it. I don't want to get
I don't
it.
COVID.
Period,
I'll put
either.
it to you this way: I was in labor 26 hours plus when I had my son. I'd
Right.
rather be in labor 26 hours than have COVID again.
Oh yeah, then that's bad.
That is really super bad. Because at least
That's bad.
26 hours you're done. But
Yeah,
COVID wants to hang
that's
on.
bad. Well, I heard it's way worse. I mean, a lot of people, but now in some people it's nothing. Isn't that amazing?
Phil had it at the same time, nothing. I don't know
Did-
what we would have done
did
if
he even
both
feel
of us had
bad?
done. No.
Runny nose. Is that all he had?
Mm-mm. No.
My son-in-law, he really just felt like the flu for about 2 or 3 days.
He said he felt
Didn't
like
have
he
the
was
cough
going to
or
come down with the
anything.
flu or something.
And then
It was a
my
little
daughter,
achy.
she was sick. Oh, she was like you. Bad cough. Bad cough. Had to have an inhaler. Bless her heart. Yeah.
Yeah, there's my inhaler. I still keep
It
that
took,
thing
it took a
around.
while for her
Yeah.
to get over it. About
Uh-huh.
2 or 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And she tested positive still, like on the 12th day. But we were going to the beach. And she was like, Mom, we can cancel that. I said, oh, no, we're not canceling. You're going to retest. If you're negative, we're going to the beach then. Because I'm taking my grandbaby to the beach. Because this is the first time I've been to the beach with just a girl trip. It's probably since they were in high school.
So I got to ask you a
it was
question.
important.
So if you have your choice of anywhere in the world, would you rather go anywhere in the world at a beach or anywhere in the world in the mountains?
That's a very hard one, Donna. Because I love the mountains. I love the cabin, the fireplace.
Cabin fever.
I love. Now, okay. I can answer that fairly, and you all probably can too. Beach in the summer, mountains in the winter.
There you go.
There we go.
That'll solve that little dilemma.
Yeah, how about that?
Now, how are we going to trick our husbands into this?
That's hard because they don't like taking off work. They don't like to take off work.
Well, the neat thing about what we do is just bring a laptop, and we can just get a laptop anywhere. As long as I've got internet, I'm fine.
Yeah. I guess we could, me and you probably could do Zoom like we did before we started coming in the studio.
These new little technologies,
cool.
I love them. Now, I'm going to tell you, when COVID hit, and I was working, actually as an independent contractor for another station, and I would go to their studio and actually have my shows. And so the lady who owned said, no, you've got asthma, I want you home. She said, just get you a green screen and do it as a spare room of your house.
Wow.
So then Phil built this on. This used to be a carport.
Isn't that cool?
So he had this built on for me, which is pretty neat. And so I didn't like it at first.
Okay, so I have to tell you the secret about Donna that a lot of you may not know. She is so creative. Candles, jewelry. I cannot tell you what all she makes. So I'm creative, Donna, but I think it's because I've spent so much time with children.
Yeah, you learn to be creative. You spend a lot of time.
I've had a lot of I'm a multitasker and very creative, and you're a multitasker and very creative. It's just that I'm just now getting to that point where I want to, like, I've had a sewing machine and it's been in the closet all these years.
Oh, girlfriend, get it out.
Well, my goal was to sew for my daughters, but when they were younger, it was cheaper to buy the clothes.
True.
It was cheaper. It costs more.
Material.
Yeah. Oh, material was that ridiculous.
It's crazy. Not when
it's ridiculous.
But not when you can go and find some bargains. Like, I want to tell you, when I was in the corporate world, I used to work at GTE corporate. And so back in that day, you had to dress up and wear suits and high heels. And, all that kind of stuff. They don't do that anymore. I think they wear like golf shirts.
You can if you want to.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, it still looks better.
I prefer
I like that classic.
Dress it up. Yeah, the pearls and all that kind of stuff.
I like classic.
But this is what would happen at Dillard's. I can talk about them right now because this is something they used to do. I don't think they still do it anymore. I would wait for the sales. I'd wait for because they would have like $200, $300 suits marked down to $20. I'd rack up. I mean, I'd go down there and get like 10 suits. And so people would say, boy, you spend a lot on your clothes. And I'd just be kind of chuckling like,
that's still the thing to do. No, that's still the thing to do. You go when the sales are on. So usually Christmas merchandise, winter merchandise, goes on sale in January, the 1st of January. And then the summer clothes usually goes on sale in August and September. That's when I've always bought my children's clothes. That's when I buy my clothes.
By the way, Cathy.
Because I'm not going to pay that.
I can't believe she hasn't said something.
Can't do it.
I raided Cathy's closet. And thanks for the jacket.
It looks good, doesn't it? See? And I found a few more things. She's got some cute pants, which are hot in style now. The what do you call them? Crop. Not crop. They're not pedal pushers like the old people used to call pedal pushers. My mother used to call pedal pushers.
That, yeah.
But now it's called, I can't even think of the name, what they're calling them. My daughters call them.
I still call them pedal pushers, crop off pants.
Crop.
Crop.
I guess that's what I call them. I can't remember what the girls call them. They call them something else. Same thing. Basically, it means the pants come below your calf and above your ankles. That's what it means.
Yeah,
right in the middle, right
thanks
there.
Thanks for the clothes.
Yeah. And she's got some. Those pants are really look really cute with
Yeah,
that.
I think they're gonna look really cute. I really do. Thanks for the clothes.
See, she's so thin and she's little. She's very petite.
I'm
Donna's
5'4". You should, if you want to say petite, you need to see my daughter-in-law.
Oh, really?
5'2".
Really? Wow.
She's
yeah,
from Russia,
she is very petite.
Gorgeous girl. Looks like a little doll. I mean, she looks like a little doll. You just want to pick her up and just be like a little doll, be a little girl again. So she's very tiny, very little, from Russia, was brought here when she was 9 years old.
Wow.
Her and 2 sisters.
That's cool.
Yeah, my son married into this awesome, awesome family. I mean, I prayed that he would find a family like that to marry into, and he did. They are really good, nice people, and so they actually went to Russia for the baby girl.
Really?
And then Larissa and her other sister kept following the people around the halls, the administrator.
Yeah.
So Debbie and Jim, who are the mom and dad, asked who the 2 little girls were who kept following around. She said, well, they're sisters of the baby that you're going to adopt. And of course, you couldn't do this now. This is in Russia. And I don't know if you could even adopt in Russia anymore. But anyway, she said she got to the hotel room and said, Jim, you know what I want to do? And Jim goes, yeah. I saw that look in your eye. I know what we're going to wind up taking all 3 of them, right?
Oh,
and he said, but
really?
now we got to stop at 3. You can't take every kid who's in the
foster home.
Yeah. So anyway,
wow.
Anyway, that's needless to say, a great thing from Russia with love is what we called when Brad and Larissa got married. So, the groom's parents, you always do like a dinner and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I got this banner and called it From Russia with Love.
And that was good.
That was a good thing. Oh, she loved that.
Oh,
now, I'm going to tell you, that girl likes some football, too. She married the right guy. Brad married the right gal.
We all love football.
That's what we do right here. I don't know where you're watching from because, see, we're on Abundant TV, too.
Oh, yeah. Football is the bomb. My husband played at Alabama.
Philip, no.
Do you know that?
No. When?
He actually would have played in the 92 championship that Alabama won.
Oh, really?
But he actually left because he had 2 deaths in his, I would say it's his immediate family. It was his best friend and his grandmother.
That's family.
And so he said he didn't take it well, and so he moved back home, and I didn't know him then. If I would have said, stay in that football. Because that's what I've told my son. Stay in that basketball as long as you want to do it. You only live once, and you better chase your dreams. You only get one chance. You don't get a chance to do it over.
That's true. That's true.
So do it right the first time if you can.
But
if you can't, try again.
Yeah, but Cathy, I've got a mixed marriage.
Yeah.
He's an Alabama fan. I'm an Auburn fan.
Well, my sister's Auburn.
See,
and Chris's brother is Auburn, and Chris is Alabama fan.
But before every game, this is what we do. Because one of us is going to be mad at the other one. We never know which one of us is going to be. So before the game, we go, let's shake. Because one of us is going to be mad at the other one. And and of course I lost a bet. It was like a little cheap bet. Ohio State when Auburn and Ohio State.
Oh yeah.
A friend of mine, I wound up with this. Mouse
wow.
It's awful. I'm having to use it. Just a few more weeks, so when Auburn plays them again, maybe we'll get
the opportunity.
He'll have to do the Auburn thing.
Yeah. I can't wait till football season comes.
Oh, I can't wait.
However, I do love basketball too, because I like going to see all my sons.
And my old buddy AP Stedham got me into basketball. I just never done basketball, but I'm gonna tell you, Auburn and Alabama do really well in basketball too, don't they?
Well, my son, remember I'm a little partial because I have a college basketball player at Lee University, and that's an awesome school, but they have a great basketball team too. But I love watching college basketball better than I do NBA. But I used to love watching high school. His coach back at White Plains was just awesome, Coach Randall. He's still there. And he
used to be
loves those kids. Yes,
you
I cheered. But I actually went to Anniston High School. I didn't go to White Plains. But White Plains has is a family, But good coaches out there, good people. The whole county's just it's got some really good county schools. It's really good schools. Now Oxford City So it's a large
I
school
went to
now. It's
Oxford.
really big now, though, Donna.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, I went there. Well, I went to Friendship Elementary School. It's out close to Cheehaw Acres in Oxford.
Yes.
They closed that school down, though.
Yes.
I was in the 6th grade, and they closed the school down that year.
Mm-hmm.
And so I only went to the 6th grade. Then I went to Oxford High School. Miss Anderson. I used to love Miss Anderson. I had her back and Dixie Roberts, Miss Roberts. She was one of my favorite teachers too.
Yeah.
So they wound up, when Friendship closed, they wound up with teaching jobs at Oxford High School.
Wow.
And so I was so happy when I walked into English class and I saw Miss Anderson in there again.
Okay, we're reminiscing
She
minute
was such a sweet
about the
teacher.
school days. But now, enough reminiscing, because I want to talk about all this fun stuff. In her house, I have to tell you, she makes candles. Okay, and you know what she told me before we started the show? She said, you can make candles out of crayons.
Mm-hmm. The crayons.
Okay, tell us. I don't know how to do that.
Get your kids broken up, and this is a good project for the kids.
And I have a bunch of old crayons.
Don't throw them away. So what you'll want to do, melt them down. Now you need to do this either in a microwave or a double boiler. Do not put it directly on the stove because it'll like stink. It'll like smoke up like crazy. So don't do that.
Okay.
Either a double boiler, you get some water and put it in a pot, and then put another pot on top of it and put the crayons and let it start melting.
Kind of like your steaming broccoli?
Kind of.
Okay.
Something kind of like that.
Okay.
I prefer the microwave because it's quicker. You don't, especially when it's really hot and the humidity is high. Even though it's cool in the house, you still got high humidity. Okay.
Right.
So it does a whole lot better in the microwave. So what I'll do is you can put your crayons in there. You need a wick, and you can go to your Hobby Lobbies or any of those other stores and get some wicks, and then put one in a cup or a glass or whatever you want to put it in. And just don't do plastic, not a plastic container. That's not going to work.
So you put the candles in a glass container to put it in the microwave. Is that what you're doing?
No, don't put the wick in there. Put the candle in there, because see, the wick has got this little metal thing down on the bottom of it, and those are spark. So you don't want that to happen. So what you'll do, if you want to make really pretty color candles, let me tell you what you can do. So you can get you some. I love red. Red's one of my favorite colors. So you can get red and put it in a cup and put it in the microwave. Let it get hot. Let it melt. Okay. And get you a little popsicle stick or something, and then stir it up really good, and then just put it in the bottom of the container, whatever you're going to use. You can use an old cup, an old mug. Go to the thrift store and buy some mugs for 50 cents a piece.
Well, I was first say, couldn't you use old mason jars?
I mean, that is perfect, and they're really cute. And put like just a real pretty ribbon and stuff around it. But let me tell you how to make it really pretty.
Okay.
And we're going to do this on one of the shows.
Okay.
So I've got a crayon. I got a red crayon. I've melted it. Okay. And they're usually made out of paraffin wax. I can't do paraffin because of the asthma. That's why I make soy candles. But I'm going to show you how to do paraffin. Okay. So this is out of your candles. And then you might put a little fragrance in there if you want to do that. So, and make sure you stir the fragrance out really good, okay?
So, like, what do you mean put a fragrance? Like a squirt of perfume or something?
No.
Okay, what do you do?
It needs to be a candle fragrance.
Oh, so like you buy a candle
or
fragrance.
essential oils. I like to use essential oils because of my asthma.
Okay.
And essential oils, there's so many benefits to using essential oils. So let's just say I've got rosemary. Rosemary is good for memory. And so just put a few drops is all it takes, okay?
Wow.
And you can find these at your GNCs and places like that. You can also order them online if you want to do that. Cool. I've got my favorite company I've been ordering from since the 80s. And so, I mean, they give me myself whatever I want. And,
cool.
Always never out of anything. And they're really quick orders, so I like the customer service. That's important. Customer service. So anyway, okay, I've got my red. Now, I don't let it dry, okay? I don't let it harden. I'm going ahead and maybe get white. And then I'll go and get a white candle and put that in there and melt it exactly the same way.
You're doing this with white crayon or whatever color crayons?
Whatever color I got. But I'm going to choose red, and I want contrasting colors. It just looks pretty that way. Okay. So I got red and then I got white. And that white's really going to stand out.
Okay.
But now I'm going to do it now. I don't want the red to harden yet. So what I'm going to do is put that white candle in the microwave and let it get hot, let it melt, and then I'm going to pour it in there, and it's going to make this explosion of pretty colors. Because see, they're not dry yet. Then I'm going to make another explosion.
Right, because if they're all wet.
They're all wet.
Yeah, it's like soup.
And none
so
of
you don't want to stir it
because
then it would blend the colors.
Don't stir it. Just let it splatter in there.
Yeah, okay.
And even if it goes up against the wall of the glass, it's okay because it's going to be really pretty.
Oh,
I mean, you'll be amazed at what it can look like. And I'm very patriotic, so I'm going to do, say, a red, white, and blue cup.
Mm-hmm.
color. So I'm going to do blue next. I'll go ahead and put a couple of blue crayons in there. Same deal. Throw it in there and
That's
just watch
cool.
how it explodes with color.
Oh, that's cool.
Cut the wick. Make sure you do that. And you got your candle.
And then you just let it sit and cool, and it just.
It'll harden really fast
Yeah.
because it's paraffin. So
Is there any particular like crayon? Is it any crayons we have sitting around you?
It doesn't matter.
Oh, as long as they're just crayons.
Just
Yeah.
crayons.
Made out of
old
that
wax
stuff.
paraffins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's how
pretty
you can
cool.
make, yeah, so, and it's a really good project to do with the kids, you know, because kids need to know how, they need to work with their hands.
I was going to say, wouldn't that be good to do like during fall break to give out for Christmas presents for Christmas?
Great deal.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you, my the best selling candles I have well, I do Love Spell from Victoria's Secret.
Really?
I'm going to give you one to take home.
Okay.
And then in the fall time, anything that has anything to do whatsoever with spice, pumpkin, cinnamon, any of that stuff works. And then I keep a lot.
And so, what'd you say? You just get the essential oils that smell like that, and then just add just a couple drops. Is that what you do?
There's a difference.
Is it hot? As it's hot?
As it's warm.
Okay.
You don't want to, because what you're going to do is scald the fragrance. You don't want to do that. So it's still going to be runny. Okay, it's still cannot be, but it's cooled
not
off.
hardened.
It's cooled off a little bit.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. It's still runny. So you can mix those fragrances together. But now there's a difference between essential oil and then your fragrance oil. There's a difference between the two. Now, if you're looking for an all-natural candle, first of all, you need soy or you need beeswax. And that's why I have bees, so I can have beeswax has just went way up in price.
Really?
So that's another reason we have bees. I want the beeswax for candles. It's very natural. I can actually breathe when I'm when I have one of those candles going on.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
cool.
I can do that.
Do you actually put the bee suit on and stuff to go out and get
I don't
the beeswax? How do you get away with that? Why?
Because they know me now.
So
really? If you act
the bees don't sting you?
They don't sting me.
Really?
I've been stung one time. I had the suit on. We had finished dropping the bees, and what I did is I took the suit off. And I didn't know it was there, so it was kind of in the sleeve part right here. And he was just afraid. He thought I was going to hurt him. And so he stung me right in there. That's the only time I've been stung.
Wow. That's amazing.
You talk to them. They're God's little creatures. Now, I won't walk up to a hornet and do that. Now, hornets are mean.
No.
Hornets are of Satan. And
so
are wasps.
Oh, yeah. No, but you know what hurts the worst, I think? I've been stung by a wasp, and I've been stung by a yellow jacket. The yellow jacket hurt me worse.
Oxford yellow jackets. What can I say? Really? Those things hurt. But here's what happens to a bee.
Hurt.
When a bee does not want to sting you, because a bee knows when it stings you, it's dead. Now, a wasp will come back for seconds and thirds. I mean, you know, and hornets and yellow jackets and all of those. Yeah. They'll just keep coming at you.
But a yellow jacket dies, doesn't it?
No, that's the honeybee.
Oh, the honeybee.
Honeybee dies. If it stings you one time, it's gone.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, but here's what happens. God's creatures know. So this is what happens. I feed them with sugar water, sugar syrup. And so I'll just get just regular sugar.
Wow.
And put it in hot water, stir it up really good, let it dissolve. And I like to feed them a little bit of maple flavoring. They like that. They like
really?
Maple. And so I'll shake it up really good, and then I take it out. There's little containers and turn it upside down. And so the lid has these little bitty holes in it. So you put it upside down, and it just works by nature. It doesn't all fall all over the place. It works by nature. And so the bees kind of get in there, and they start licking those little holes, tiny little holes, in the lid of the jar.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I go out there all the time and just lift up the box and check on them and make sure they're cool, make sure they're okay. But that's the big reason I want it. Plus, I love the honey. Honey's good for me.
Okay, so while we're on honey, now we've gone from candles to honey to beeswax, but I have to ask this: how do bees? How many times do they produce the honey all year?
About 3 times a year.
Yeah, I was
because we went out.
So like once every a couple months, every quarter, pretty much.
About every 3-4 months.
Really.
And so what'll happen is then we're going to go back in about 2 weeks. We're going to go back and rob them again. It didn't really have time. I was just anxious to get some honey. I wanted to see the process of it. So in June, we robbed them. But not the whole thing. We've got 3
Oh,
hives.
what does robin mean? You stole their honey?
I stole their honey. But now we leave food in there. I don't take everything. So I only wanted to take, see, there are 10 racks to a hive. So, but
Okay.
I only wanted 2 racks. And you're not going to believe what I got. I wound up with 9 pints of honey
Wow, that's a lot
out
of
of
honey.
2 racks.
That's pretty
So
cool.
we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We actually got 5 hives because we got a smaller one that sits on 2 big ones.
Wow,
And I've
that's
not
pretty
robbed the whole
cool.
thing yet. So,
Oh, I tell you, I love honey.
and it's good for you. Use that instead of sugar.
Me and my husband, he loves to eat good food, and I love good food too because I like home
Natural
cooking.
stuff.
He does home cooking too, like vegetables and roast potatoes, carrots. But then we do salmon, asparagus, salads. We try to do a mix, tuna salad.
Oh,
But
I love tuna.
But I tell you something, when we started doing a while back, and that is we make one night a week, usually Wednesday night after church, peanut butter banana night.
I love that.
So we eat peanut butter banana with honey,
I
or
haven't
peanut.
tried that.
Oh, it's good with honey.
Uh-huh.
Oh yes, so good. Or I love peanut butter honey sandwiches. A
That's
lot of
good
people
too.
probably don't like that.
Uh-huh.
He eats peanut butter and jelly, and
I
I'll eat the peanut butter
I like
honey.
mine on. I want my bread lightly toasted.
Oh, you toast? Okay, now I don't toast. I toast if it's white bread, like the
Mm-hmm.
cheapest white bread,
Mm-hmm.
which is the Best Buy, or Wonder Bread, or one of those. But I'll tell you, I have read a lot of articles about how good sourdough bread
Oh,
is for your digestive system.
It's really good.
So me and him have actually started eating sourdough bread.
Mm-hmm.
And it is so good, and one sandwich will fill you up.
Mm-hmm.
It'll feel like you've ate 6 slices of
Do you do
the
chips and
cheap
stuff
white
with
bread.
it?
He does. I can. It fills me up so much.
You got to do your
He eats
kale chips.
well, he used to eat Lay's, but they've got a lot of sodium, a lot of salt. So we actually have kind of swayed to, when I do buy chips, I buy like Cape Cod.
Oh, those kettle chips.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And
much
those are
better.
really
But
good.
you can kind of be
Less
tricked.
salt, less fat. Yeah.
You got a big
good.
trick though. You got to really read that label and
Yes, you
see what that
do.
label says, because it may say low fat in some, and then you'll kind of look at it and compare it to just a regular
Oh, yeah.
potato chip, and you'll say, "Whoa, that one's actually got more fat than that one does."
Well, a lot of things that are low fat have a lot more sugar.
So
That's
it's
where
a
you have to really watch. If it's low
balance.
sugar, it's got a lot of fat.
Well, they're thinking of ways to preserve them. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's
Yeah.
going to be one thing or the other.
Yeah,
So you just
it
got
is.
to check out. And I guess
Are we almost out of time?
Yes.
Oh wow, it just goes by so fast.
a little bit
Well,
over a minute left.
I'm getting more and more excited as the time goes by. We are going to get out in the field, so you're going to see some of our shows that'll actually begin in the
See us.
studio, and then we may end where you are.
I hope so.
Have a great
We'd
day.
love to have you in our family. So if you would like to be part of the show and you own a business, we'd love to talk to you. So just give us a call, or you can send a text. You can send an email, whatever you want to. What's your cell phone number?
256-453-1270. It's
And
pretty
I'm
easy to remember.
256-659-4319. Or you can send an email. Kathy's going to get an email too. But my email address is donna@icradio.media. Again, thank you so much for watching. You're the apple of my eye. I know you could be doing anything else, but you're watching us right now. We definitely appreciate
Bye.
that. So you take care, and I look forward to seeing you. And the next show is going to be another exciting one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're going to do a little thrifting, maybe some yard selling.
Oh,
Would
yeah.
you like
that
to
would
do
be
that?
good. That would be great.
Oh, let's go ahead and do that. Thank you again so much for watching. You are so awesome.